Good morning everyone. I'd like to welcome you all in presentation like how to do the presentation. As you can see here in the screen, there is a kind of title I have given. Uh, Knowledge to power your business. So it's an interesting source, and the main thing is that like leaning your ladder against the right building. That's the topic, suppose one of the topics I'm talking about. So the main criteria is that Stephen R. Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's the title. I have not started my presentation yet. So take a look at this. These are the titles you got, one after another. The effect of income changes on consumer choices. Consumer means the people who buys things and use them, like common people like us. So the effect of income, it's important. How much money do you earn, and according to that you buy things, right? And that's a very interesting economics idea. Believe me, if you can present it well with your own writing, you can publish it in journals. Not this year, you don't need to publish it. You can publish it in the later years, like in the second year, third year, or in the final year, even in the masters. Like, work on only one topic, make it very successful, so that it becomes unique and nobody can touch there. Like whatever you have done here, it is yours. That's the main plan. You do not need to do it now perfectly, but just make a kind of stable building there. Like you can get ideas from online sources and then put it there. Take help from books, put it there. Make a kind of instruction. So what you'll have to do is at first you'll have to just bring introduction, then literature review. It means you have studied some other books or articles or papers, and then data, findings and results and conclusion, and then references, like from where have you put those ideas. That's the main plan of every assignment. If you do it perfectly, it has got 10 marks. I'll give you 10 out of 10 with a good presentation. Presentation just got to go in 3 minutes maximum. Then take a look at the second one, the effect of labor force participation on the economy and budget. Labor means hard work. How much money are you going to invest on the labor? Think, this building has been created by 1000 or 500 laborers. Currently, they are not allowed to enter here. Am I right? So this is really surprising habit of human society, and this is the system, nothing to do. So labor force. How much money are you going to invest on labor? And what is the relationship with this labor participation in the economy and budget? A comparison. It is your money, you are constructing a building. How much money you invested and how much money are you providing to the labor? That's a kind of comparison, and you will discover that laborers are getting very less in comparison to your income. And that is Marxism. It's interesting theory. You will find it in the upcoming years. I don't think you will find it in the first year. Then comes the impact of marital status on the labor force composition. So marital status means you have a family, and think, you are married or unmarried. Two ideas. Married or unmarried. When you are married, at that time you need to like expand your expenditure, I mean to say cost of living. So if you think about the laborers, if they are married, you need to think about them very carefully, because if one person dies, his full family will get destroyed. That's the main one. So a case of Bangladeshi economy, interesting subject. Whoever got it, ID number 3 got it, I guess. Right? Number 4, the difference in the composition attitude over the last decade. Sorry, consumption attitude in over last decade. Interesting thing. There is a difference between cost and demand. You know this well. Suppose if the cost is high, demand is low. If the cost is low, demand is high. How is that? Think like onion. What's the meaning of onion? And potatoes. Yeah. If the price is high, you buy less. If the price is low, you buy more. In Bangladesh, there is a peculiar system. The business consumers, they store things, they do not release the product. And later on, this is like, what should I say? These become rotten. What's the meaning of rotten? Right. Onion and potatoes get rotten. Even then, they do not release the product in the market. It is already published in the newspaper. So, the difference in the consumption attitude over the last decades, that's very interesting. And it's a kind of idea called consumer behavior trend. It's a very critical idea and you need to learn it. Some of you have studied economics very well and you know this better than me. Number 5, the relationship between salary levels and economic convergence in your country. Salary level and convergence. It's very interesting as well. You understand, I explained it at the beginning. Number 6, analyzing salary inequalities in your country and the forces behind such inequalities. Think. That will give you a very interesting factor here. Suppose a teacher, professor, assistant professor, associate professor, or a faculty member is earning like 50,000 overall in month. On the other hand, a vendor, kind of person who has a grocery shop, is earning more than 1,50,000 taka per month. Just little comparison. But the person who is earning 40 plus or 50,000 per month, the person has got a reputed standard in the society, but he cannot display his reputation due to the financial inequalities. On the other hand, a person who has been working in the transport sector as a manager, he has been earning 70,000, 80,000 taka per month or more than that in some cases. Think about a green line manager. Right. I think the teacher has got more qualification than that person. So there is a kind of unequal distribution of income that impacts the society very seriously. After the completion of your honors and masters, you will get a job. Suppose you got a government job, first class, like 9th grade job, first class job, and your income will be like maximum 28,000 plus. Right? It is extending now. Earlier it was, when I joined, it was 18,700 taka exactly. When I joined first class job in 2012, it was 18,700 taka. But I was a teacher at that time in Southern University, and my salary was 40,000. So there is inequality. You understand? So what kind of inequality you find here? That's really important. And these kind of ideas, if you can bring into your paper, believe me, you'll get scholarship. Alright. So this assignment is extremely important for you. Even if I finish the course, you can get guidelines from your teachers, from the department. You understand? That's why I'm just putting something permanent before I leave you. I did that in every year. Whenever I'm going to end up something, I just keep something permanent so that you can keep on doing it. That's a very important part. So let's come to the main plan. So take a look at this, what I'm talking about. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This is a bestseller book by Stephen R. Covey. And this book tells us if you follow these 7 systems only, right, you can change your life. And this idea was given by one of my maternal uncles, who is merchandising manager in KDS currently, senior manager. He has been working over 40 years there, right? So he is currently 64 years old, 64 years old, but still young. Like, I mean to say, he looks like 45.
Like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Sorry?
Like Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, no, he maintained these 7 ideas. That's why it worked. Look at this. How, if you get a government job, you leave everything, right? You think that I do not need to work hard. I'll get my salary per month. And that's the negative point. You destroy yourself. But currently, I'm not doing any government job. Currently, I'm in a private organization. As a result, I have a challenge. I need to get updated. Otherwise, how can I lead this competition? You understand? This is the challenge. And government jobs are like, will make you lazy. Most of the government job holders, they become ill with some diseases. But my parents are exception. Although they got government job, there are some exceptional ideas as well. They maintain the discipline and challenges all the times with honesty, and it worked. They became like remain healthy and young till when they were 60. Alright, so let's start our presentation. When you start your presentation, that's the main starting point. You have to start. Welcome everyone. Good morning. My name is any name. Suppose Mr. Karim Ahmed. Today the title of my presentation topic is how to follow highly effective skills. I have taken source here, as you can see, 7 highly effective skills which will change your life. That's the title of the topic, and this is submitted by me, Karim Ahmed. My ID number is 22230300505, and the course title, the course that we are going through is called General English, and course code is ENG1101, and the department, I belong to the Department of Economics, and first semester. I submitted this assignment. I'm very much thankful to my course teacher, Mr. J.D. Milton, and he is a faculty member in the Department of English. He just mentioned any name. Then the submission date today is, suppose the date he mentioned, suppose 12. What is the date today? 18 November 2023. So here we are going to start the main idea that is very important, as you can see here. The 7 habits move us to the following stages. Just focus on the point and describe. Key ideas are here, as you can see: dependence, independence, and interdependence. So dependence, it means you are totally dependent on something, and that is a very wrong concept. You cannot submit yourself completely to somebody. It will destroy you. Independence is also a problem. Like if you are totally free, you are not connected to anybody, that is also a problem. So the vital point is interdependence. You should help your friend and your friend should help you. In that way, mutual learning will make it very effective. That's the main target. So let's come to the habits. Habit number 1, be proactive. What do you mean by proactive? Ahead of time. Remain a little bit ahead of time. What does it mean? It means plan something, and there is a kind of 3-stage process: pre-writing, writing, and revising. Let me explain this. 1, 2, 3. Proactive. 2 students, I probably gave you the example. 2 students, both of them answered all the questions, both in midterm and final term. Both in midterm and final term, both of the students answered all the questions, but one student got like 60, and the student got 85. Why? Take a look at this. The student who got 85, he has got a planning before he writes. He has got preparation, background study of that topic. Means he understood the topic and extended some more information there. Then writing. On the writing process, when he was writing, he has a plan. Divided the paragraphs. Highlighted the key ideas with a pencil, not with the color pen. Right? There is a proper introduction, body, cause and effect, solution, and conclusion. He ended up. And then revision. He kept 10 minutes before he submitted the script. But the other student who got 60, he just got the question, he didn't have any plan, he kept on writing because all the questions are common. He answered. And he didn't divide the paragraphs. And when he finished, he submitted instantly. On the other hand, the student who got 85, he has got this planning. And that is called proactive. Think different. Number 2, begin with the end in mind. What does it mean? End in mind means what will happen if I complete this in that way? Keep it in mind. Is it clear? Think. If you go alone anywhere, you know that there could be a danger. Even if your friend is calling you, your best friend is calling you at suppose 6 p.m. So this is not the right time. It's not daytime even. It's getting darker outside. Even if your best friend or like very close friend or relative is calling you, I don't think it's safe to go there. So what does it mean? Begin with the end in mind. Before you begin or go anywhere, think what could happen if I go there. Don't take any risk. Verify and justify every situation then. Before you step ahead, 4 minutes, take 5 minutes, verify and justify. Make confirmation call to somewhere else, whether the thing that somebody is calling you, is it real or unreal, or the situation around is fine or not. Clear? This is the second one. Habit 2. Habit 3. Put first things first. That's a very important idea for you. We have a lot of activities in our life, right? We have to give priorities to the main activities. What do you mean by main activity? Facebooking is not important. Whether lunch is important or breakfast is important. Assignment is more important than chatting or gossiping with friends. Chatting and gossiping is more important than wasting time lazily somewhere else. So you have to give priority to some important task. First things, put first things first. You might forget as well, right? So whatever comes in front of you, just solve it. Done. Let's come to the 4th, 5th and 6th one. 4th one. Think win-win. Never be selfish. Win-win means 50% is yours, 50% is mine. If we do something together, there should be benefit for both of us. It should not be benefit only for me or only for you. Win-win, 50-50. Then we will work together effectively. Win-win situation. Then habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. It means when you talk to somebody, talk slowly with eye contact and body language and with confidence. You should understand the person, listen, and then the person should understand you. That's the very important part of our conversation. Alright, number 6. Synergize. Means synchronize and energize. You understand? It's a very nice word. Synergize means energize and synchronize. Synchronize means proper coordination, communication, and make it active. What does it mean? It means that when you do something, do it with full concentration so that it becomes acceptable to everybody. Everyone. It's possible. Let's come to the 7th one. Sharpen the saw. It means whatever you say, whatever you do, it should be sharp. What does it mean? Allow yourself to grow by maintaining a balanced program in the 4 areas of your life. Number 1 is physical. It's physical strength. Like you have no problem with the physical. No vocal issue, no back pain, nothing. Fully fine. Social and emotional ideas. Don't be emotional as well. Emotional intelligence is a very important part. Sharpen your saw. 4 skills. Socially, you should be acceptable with the dress up. Right? If you come to the university, if you have odd dress, everybody will look at you. If you have normal dress, no problem. Comfortable dress. Emotional part. Somebody insulted you, somebody said something bad to you, don't react. Don't get emotional. Don't be angry. Control your emotion properly. Think with rational mind. Mental strength. Like your mental stage should be normal. Mental stage should be normal. Then spiritual part. Spiritual part means you definitely have a religion. So think from that point of view. If I do bad things to you, nobody will know, but somebody will know. Think in that way, spiritually. What is the bond between you and me? Invisible bond, right? Spiritual connection we have. That's the thing I believe, and that's the 7th habit. So remember, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, 4 bonding together, make it sharp, so that nobody can defeat you. Is it clear? These are the 7 habits. I studied now. I didn't make the presentation here. So let's make it final. This is a trial. Let's make it once again. Remember, what's the name of the student? Karim Ahmed, imaginary student. Alright. So let's start once again. This is the final presentation. It was a kind of explanation, background study first. Got 3 minutes. I'll finish it in 3 minutes. Remember, maximum time is 3 minutes. So how will you start? Good morning, everyone. When you come here, this is Karim Ahmed. I'm a student from the Department of Economics. The title of the topic of my presentation is 7 highly effective habits of highly successful people. And this is submitted by me, Karim Ahmed. My ID number is 222303050. The course title is General English. Course code is ENG1101. And the department is Economics. I belong to first semester currently. And this is submitted to our course teacher, Mr. XYZ, whatever you say. Then submission date, you should mention the date. And after that, let me start my presentation. This is the beginning of the presentation. As you can see here, the title of this presentation is this one, Stephen R. Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So we are going to talk about 7 habits very quickly. Take a look at the first habit. Be proactive. Only one line here. Focus on the things you can actually do something about. So what you'll have to do, you have to focus on one thing that you can do. Don't focus on many things together. Be very proactive. Number 2 is begin with the end in mind. It means what will happen if you do this? What will happen if you don't do this? Keep it in mind. What could be the possible result of your action? Number 3 is put the things first, like first things first. Give priority to the priority works and less priority to the less priority works. Divide it instantly. And the 4th one is certainly the very important one. Think win-win. Don't become selfish. If there is a kind of project or work together, you should have the benefit and I should have the benefit too. That's the 4th one, 4th habit you should develop. The 5th habit is first seek to understand. What do you mean by seek to understand? At first, listen very carefully what a person is talking about. Then you share your ideas very slowly as well, so that the person also understands you. So if there is mutual understanding, then it works very well. Then the 6th habit, synergize. 2 heads are better than 1. Synchronization and energize. 2 heads are better than 1. If you work together in a kind of activity, definitely it will be very effective than one person work. Think, if there are 2 students together, make the note. It will be very effective. I told you the example of one student who got 60, another student who got 85. if they both work together, the student who got 60, he might get 75, and who got 85, he might get 90. So win-win situation for both the students. Am I right? So this is called synergize. So take a look. Through trustful communication, find ways to leverage individual references to create a whole that is greater than the sum of the parts. Suppose you are talented in writing, you are talented in presentation. Make it a combination. Teach you, I share my skill, you share your skill. Together it becomes better. As I said, earlier I got 60, now I got 75. Earlier I got 80, now I got 90. Alright, so last one is sharpen the saw. We are about to conclude our presentation, and sharpen the saw, as you understand, 4 things together work. You have to be very sharp as an individual. Number 1 is physically very strong, emotionally or socially very strong, mentally very strong, and last one is spiritually very strong. No problem with you. You face no problem for sure. And that's it. Thank you very much. Is it clear?